Hey guys, Ted Jones here. Unfortunately, we did not get the audio from the Rodecaster Pro, so you'll be listening to this audio from the studio. Still sounds great. Hope you guys enjoy the episode.
All right, excellent. What's going on, Jared Schwartz? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Just came in from Staten. Had work today. That's great. I'm working with this class that I worked with all last week, so that was a lot of fun. Really off to a hot start here with the jokes.
Do you always drive into the city, or your house?
Every time. Every time. I used to.
Like the F train to the bus.
Funny. What?
Take like the F train to the bus or something. How do you get to that?
There's no train connected.
Like fully, there's no train.
Fully, no train connected to Manhattan. There's only a bridge and a ferry.
I hate to be controversial in saying this, but like, how could it be a fifth borough and there's no train that gets to Staten Island?
I'm not the guy to talk to about that.
All right, well, anyway,
I'm
continue
not.
what you're saying.
I couldn't tell you. That's why we're the forgotten borough. Everyone forgets about us. But I'm here to represent.
You do a good job representing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. That's why I'm out here every day, letting people know where I'm from and who I am. But I was saying, I used to drive. I used to take the ferry. Like, every day.
How much is the ferry?
Free.
So you drive your car onto the ferry and then it's what, like a 10-minute?
I'll drive my car to the ferry in Staten Island, park, walk to the ferry, catch the ferry. It depends when I'm leaving. It might have been a 15-minute. Usually during rush hour, they're 15. Every time else it's a half hour. So I catch the ferry, take a 25-minute boat ride, and then figure out where I'm going from there. It'd be a two-hour
event
travel.
So if you had to go to, I don't know, like, let's say Upper West Side, you had to go to Staten, New York. Would that take, from your door in Staten Island to there, take like an hour and a half if you were to take the Staten Island ferry?
Probably 2.5. It'd take me, because from my house,
just waiting also.
From my house to the ferry is a half hour. Ferry to Manhattan, half hour. And then wherever I'm going, probably, so I guess about an hour and a half, hour 40. Probably from like the one train all the way up to the Upper East Side.
Has there been any talk about getting better transportation from Staten Island to the other 4 boroughs in New York City that you know of?
No, unless Elon Musk got something cooking up.
He hopefully will soon. But I was also talking on a previous podcast, a number of episodes ago, about how Staten Island has to have some attraction, dude. You guys need a football team. You guys need like a Formula 1 racing team, some soccer team, Major League Baseball team. I don't know what else you want.
We got a shopping outlets.
So you're like the Nike outlet.
And like they put it, like we have like, and the best part is they put it at the Staten Island ferry, so you can just walk on, go right off.
So you go from downtown Manhattan and then go shop at the outlet mall there.
And that's as if there's anything better on Staten Island.
Guys, Jared Schwartz returns. Last time you were here, man, episode 162. I like what you're doing with this stick. I've never seen that.
I got it out of the way.
That's amazing. Jared Schwartz, producer of Mama's Boy Comedy, man. I see you added a weekly show to your roster, and that's going to be on the Lower East Side on Thursdays. That's weekly, right?
Every Thursday on the Lower East Side.
Okay, dope.
At the brand new club, Gamma Lounge, aka Joey Bats Cafe.
So they opened up a new space in the Joey Bats Cafe?
They opened up a new Joey Bats Cafe on Avenue B between 3rd and 4th Street, and he has a little club downstairs. Formerly known as Lovecraft, somebody told me.
Okay.
I used to perform there. I'm not familiar, but that was before my time.
Nice, man.
But it is a dope room. Very excited to get to work on a new weekly, man. I got a completely new mindset this time around, and I'm very excited for it.
What was your mindset previously?
Back when I was doing a weekly, a monthly, a bi-weekly, all at the same time, I was just worried about meeting comedians, getting comedians I really wanted onto my show that I've never maybe met before, and like that was a way to like talk with them and chill with them, to bring them to me. Working on my hosting, getting comfortable hosting, working on, producing a show and understanding it a bit more, working on managing my time. But now I'm more focused on the craft and crafting new jokes on a weekly basis.
Nice.
Getting myself in front of a random audience every single week.
And you're still doing Mama's Boy, of course, bi-weekly at the Staten, though, as well. Oh, you're not?
No, that is completely cut off. That's why when you said added to the roster, I was like, nope. It's just straight up a weekly now.
So doing the weekly at Gamma Lounge.
Weekly at Gamma Lounge.
All right, cool, man. Let me ask you this: are you going to be here Memorial Day weekend? Saturday, April 28th specifically. Excuse me, May 28th specifically.
I should be. Why?
Okay, well, we have Comedy Night with Ted Jones, guys. I'm just announcing this now at the Pit NYC Saturday night, May 28th, 9 p.m. So Jared Schwartz, if you're free, would love to have you come to a set, man. That should be a fun show. We have a good lineup set besides from you, hopefully, if you do the show.
I'll be there.
Okay, cool, man. Nice.
May 28th.
We'll put you down. May 28th. Saturday Night Fever, brother.
Let's
at
do
the
it.
Pit. You've ever been to the Pit?
The loft.
Yeah, so it's on like 29th.
Yeah.
Between,
You're adding the loft to your
over there.
to your roster.
Yeah, man. So I'm still, producing a lot of shows, but then, like you said, I do like to focus on the craft and just like to focus on myself because, as you know, there is quite a bit of stress in putting together the comedy shows and then worrying about how many tickets are sold and such. Obviously, we do always have a great turnout at the Ted Jones Comedy Show, but sometimes a lot of the ticket sales don't come until 4 or 5 hours before the show. So while I'm watching those numbers hopefully slowly go up into the show, it can get stressful. But I like that idea. I like that move, man. So that's good.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very excited for it. I think it's a good challenge. It's a good new challenge to myself. Writing. I always work on writing new jokes, but never. I'm the type of guy to really craft one joke and then work on it for weeks or months. I work on jokes all the time for weeks and months, but
getting more.
Sometimes, there's people who write a new joke every single week, and there's people who will focus on that 5 for a month and then write a new joke and new material. But yeah, this time around, I'm really focused on writing a new joke a week.
So you trying to get a really tight 15 in? So you're just in at all the clubs for the most part?
No, not even that. I'm really just focusing on getting as funny as I can get.
Okay.
Every single week by pushing myself and challenging myself to write a lot more.
How comfortable you think you are on stage? I know you've done like 25 minutes before, but if somebody would put you up there and was like, all right, do it as much as you can, Jared. Get them going, Jared. How much time would you be comfortable with?
I'm not as comfortable as I would like to be. I want what's the scale? What do we...
30 minutes up there? 35
I can do
minutes?
30 minutes. I'm not saying it's all going to kill. I can get up there and just talk to people.
Right.
I love to do that.
Well, that's a blessing too, though, man. Some people just freeze up after 20 minutes, and then the 10 minutes after that might not have a clue. So that's always good, even if you're just talking to people,
Yeah.
And it also gives you, it gives you good balance too with the podcast that you're on OnlyFeehans. You're getting a lot of talking practice on that, and then also we had your producer of that show on the podcast a couple episodes. So that was super fun. Yeah, super fun to get behind the lens on that one with Pat. And it seems like you guys have built quite the duo, quite the pairing. The Staten Island boys. I see you guys all over the place.
He's working very hard. I'm very proud of him. It's amazing to watch him flourish how he is. And every time someone wants to bring up if they need a producer, they need a clip, he's the first guy I run to. He's the first guy I throw in the hat. I'll recommend him forever, man. He's just one of the best out there right now, in my opinion. And he's a very, very hard worker. Very hard worker. Very proud of him. Very grateful for him.
Do you guys go to school together?
We went to junior high together, but we weren't on the same floors.
You were in the same grade?
We were in the same grade, yeah.
And you just weren't on the same floor? What,
yeah.
Homeroom or something?
What?
For homeroom or something?
No. So our school was based on racism.
Wait, you put
in hindsight,
upstairs?
In hindsight, yeah, it was, but really, it went based on language. And so he was in Italian, I was in Spanish, so I was on the 3rd floor.
Oh, foreign languages. You both obviously speak English.
Right.
It's just foreign language.
Exactly.
What school did you go to?
Oh, we went to IS-72.
Have you heard of Staten Island Academy?
Yeah.
Our
boy went there, actually.
Is that a deaf school?
No.
There is a...
I believe there is a deaf school, because I remember I went to a college, I took ASL in college, and I think that we talked about the school.
Yeah, because I think I remember when I was in middle school, we played a deaf school from Staten Island in tennis.
Interesting. I'm unsure.
Yeah.
I'm unsure who they are.
I don't know. So what's on tap for you for the next upcoming months, man? You're pumped about the show that you're starting, and then just trying to make moves in terms of traveling.
I did get booked for a gig in Ohio.
Oh, really?
We'll see how that goes.
When is that?
hours, so like might just be worth just to go get the experience. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna, I'm not making money, but like
what's the place called?
I don't know. There's just some like back of the bar type of room. This guy hit me up for.
Where in Ohio?
I think Columbus.
Because Nathan Orton was on the podcast and he was talking about this comedy club that he has been at a few times and headlined in Dayton, Ohio. But you think yours is in Columbus?
Yeah, and also it's not a comedy club, I can tell you that. It's just a bar.
And it's just going to be you up there, or are you going with anyone?
I don't know, Pat might tag along, might shoot some footage. We'll see. Maybe go to Indian team.
Nice.
I'm unsure, I really haven't looked into it. The guy just like gave me the gig and I was like, he hit me up for it and I was like, why not? You know? I think I have to start getting experiences like that just for like the stories and the connections. I think that's where I'm at in my career right now. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to I have a part in an Adult Swim show that we'll be releasing.
Nice. Is that cartoons?
That's an animation
Sketch.
that I recorded some lines for with my boy Space Skits that I'm forever grateful for. Another very hard worker that I'm glad to know and collaborate with.
What was his name again?
Space Skits.
No, what was the
but
kid's name?
his real name is Cliff Benfield.
Yeah, I messaged him one time.
Is that right?
I was like, dude, those are dope. And he was like, thanks, Ted. That's on your page. So
He's the man. He's the man. We got we're still working on it. This big project now that we're waiting on to drop. He's been working on it for like the last couple of months now, so we had to pause our series of Blob World so he can get this show out.
When is that releasing?
I'm unsure of the date, but I know it should be submitted by the end of April.
Uh-huh.
I'm unsure when it's going to come out, but I'm very excited. I'm in a couple episodes. The character is legitimately me, which is very exciting. Just focusing on this show. That's really it. And working on getting funnier and meeting new people, and I think opportunities will come along. Really just getting the show as best as it can, and you like looking at me like,
No. Well, I'm wondering why it's going to be so different from the weekly show than your other shows in the past.
because I have a different mindset, and I'm not hosting, and like I'm focused on completely not hosting.
Well, I
and
feel
just
like
working on my set.
some of your other shows you don't host either.
No, I stopped hosting like entirely. Like I just felt like me hosting, and now like it's just a totally different energy when you host. You know what I mean? That you gotta have every single night you host, and like I'm unsure. I just don't. It's not that I don't want the pressure or that challenge. It's just that I have a different mindset on where I want to take my comedy, and I have the opportunity. I have the network to get hosts, so why not take advantage of that? And I'll also do. I think I'm gonna be looking forward to like doing crowd work and talking to the audience a bit more.
It sounds like you're tasting all the flavors of comedy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you'd like to do.
Yeah. Tell me more about these rocks right here, Ted. It seems like you're a real spiritual guy.
They're rose quartz. Apparently, brings in good energy, good flow. Sam Ramsdell was on the podcast the other day. She was like, "Oh my god, I'm so into crystals. Are these rose quartz?" And I was like, "Yes, I guess. I got them on Amazon."
I guess.
But yeah, I don't know. They're cool. Got a nice color to it, and I also wiped down the table before you came. You're welcome, bro. This glass table, I'll tell you, gets pretty dusty. Glass in general.
I just found out I'm allergic to dust mites, so I appreciate that.
Really? Allergic to dust mites?
Allergic to dust mites.
So how did you find that out? They prick you with dust?
Yeah, no.
Oh, we got some dust in there. There it is. Or maybe that was a laugh.
It was both. But no, I did get the prick test. I'm allergic to grass, weeds.
Grass, dude?
Yeah, dude.
So you can't walk on grass? Potentially not.
I can walk on grass. It's
So,
just,
like,
I'm just gonna get like
itchy maybe?
inflamed a little bit.
The bottom of your feet or your whole body?
No, just like they said it's like I really like phlegm up a bit, like get mucusy in a way to like fight off like the allergies.
You just had one of those allergy tests where they poke you with a bunch of stuff?
Yeah, for environmental. Yeah, I'm going back in a few weeks for food to figure that out.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm also allergic to dogs. Found out.
Allergic to dogs.
Makes a lot of sense.
Do
my mom is
do you actually get any? I mean, besides being a little phlegmy, do you get any serious allergic reactions from that?
No, just like I'll have like people say otherwise. I sneeze a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I sneeze a lot, dude. Like a lot.
Do you still smoke weed?
No.
You still
Occasionally. I feel like since the last episode, I've picked up ecstasy.
Yeah, bro. You were talking about how you were going to go to some festival or some event with maybe your brother. Or
Really?
someone, like
For the first time? Yeah. When did that come on? Do you remember what date?
Episode 162.
You know the date?
Probably July.
Yeah, I think I was going
sometime in July.
The end of July.
You had just gotten a fresh haircut. Was that the last time you got a haircut? Probably not. You probably got one since then.
Maybe.
I think it would have grown a little bit longer, or do you have
No.
Well, your hair looks good.
But I have gone to now a few concerts with my brother, and I've done ecstasy at all of them, and it's been amazing. And like I just spread so much love.
That's good.
Even the next day, people say like after ecstasy, the next day like they feel like shit. No, I feel great. I feel inspired. I feel like, oh, okay, I can go and conquer.
Ecstasy or Molly?
Ecstasy. And then I did ecstasy for the first time alone. At a club. I wasn't alone, just by myself in a room. I did it without my brothers, like,
watching over you?
Yeah, that was a word that I was looking for.
Yeah, I don't know. I was actually looking for that word too.
Like when, chaperone.
Sure.
Chaperone.
Yeah.
That's what word were you looking for?
Something that was like that, but what without your brother? What's
Guidance?
like the synonym for watching over?
Chaperone.
Yeah, I guess. Like the school dances need a chaperone, somebody to watch over. All right, stick with that.
Taken care of.
We'll stick with that, dude. You pumped for summer?
Producer
or what,
Pat,
man?
check it out.
It's a beautiful day today. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a beautiful day it is,
What a
man.
beautiful day, man.
That's a great day.
What do you have tap on for tonight?
Just bouncing around to a couple shows.
Are you doing any, or are you just bouncing around?
Just bouncing around.
Maybe I'll come with you.
I'm sure I'll do.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll do.
Nice, bro.
We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I'm gonna check out Comedy UO, Village Idiot. I might go to Queens for training day. I know they always show up, and I haven't been there in a minute.
I saw Andrew Ginsberg on the street the other day when we were vlogging, and he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, come to our show at Juke Bar on Wednesdays." So today is Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, maybe I'll roll through. That was funny. I ran into him on the street. It was cool. Jared Schwartz! Tell us something interesting about yourself, bro. Besides comedy. And your day job.
I asked for the first time.
You did?
It's great.
Recently?
Yeah.
With your, girlfriend?
Something like that.
A girl you're seeing?
No, it's a girlfriend.
You're being suspicious. Oh, so it is a girlfriend.
Suspicious? I can't say that word, bro.
Suspicious? Why?
Suspicious.
List?
Yeah, I got too much of a list.
It's all good.
Yeah, I've been dating, man. It's been great.
Girl from Staten Island?
No, I can't date a girl from Staten Island.
So then how do you get back and forth? And you, bring him, you go to Manhattan or Brooklyn?
No,
or
this girl doesn't come to Staten Island. The last girl I was seeing did.
You just see
That's how I
her
know she's
in
crazy.
Manhattan?
Yeah.
You just see her in Manhattan?
We see each other about once or twice a week. Not too much.
How long has this been going on?
I met her in January when we started talking.
So it's been 3 months.
It's been about.
What's been your longest relationship?
I've only been in one before this.
How long was that?
It was open, but I wouldn't even say it was long. It was really, we were really just seeing each other the whole time. I guess I called her my girlfriend here. I should call her my girlfriend. She's an ex. I would consider her an ex. Now.
And she's in comedy.
We met. What?
She's not in comedy though. Go ahead. What were you saying? You met?
We met in January, and we officially stopped talking in October.
This
We
is
stopped
a couple
hooking
years
up.
ago.
We stopped hooking up in August.
That was a couple years ago.
No, this was last year.
Oh.
And we stopped talking in August. Yeah. That's. I guess you would call that. I don't know. Relationship. I have relationships with everybody, bro. This is a good relationship.
Yeah, dude, we do have a good relationship. And you have a good relationship with your co-host, Karen. Dude, it's so funny. When I watch your guys' podcast, you guys do have a great little relationship there. You watch and you're like, are these guys dating? No, they're not dating. Is Karen his older sister? No, that's not right. And then you just think that you guys are, I don't even know, brother and sister.
Mom and dad.
Mom and son. Mom and dad works too.
No, don't. I guess dads usually don't get sex, but they just get bitched at. I was complaining to somebody about our troubles. I was complaining to my girl about Karen and I's troubles.
Your work relationship?
Yeah, and she's like, you guys sound like a married couple. I was like, we're not even talking. And she's like, yeah, exactly.
Dude, I saw that you came into the podcast, didn't even show your face, and then left the last episode I watched.
You watched?
Gio and Derek. I saw, dude. I was like, is Jared going to come back? And he never came back. So I don't know what episode of OnlyFeehans this was, but Gio Perez, who's coming on the podcast in a week or so. Yeah, Derek Drescher was on the podcast, Con Body, a few episodes ago, if you guys check that out. They both went on Karen and Jared's podcast, but Jared was like parking the car or something that ended up being 30 minutes late. And Jared walks into the apartment. You didn't even see him on camera. You hear about him off camera. Walks in, was like super pissed, and then walked back out, and then never came back in. I was like, is Jared coming back in? So what happened? Is everything all good or what? I thought Karen was going to be super pissed at you right there. I'm sure she was.
Yeah, she was.
What happened though, bro? Describe. Because you had frames or something. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Your hardships.
I'm over it. I ran late. They started the podcast. I wasn't in the right mind frame. Didn't think it was best for me and the podcast if I were to have joined.
So what was your mind frame before that? You must have not been in a good mood when you showed up.
Sitting in an hour and a half of traffic.
That's got to also be pretty unpredictable.
Yeah.
You know, like I've worked with people in the past who are from Staten Island, and sometimes, no offense, bro, you guys are a little unreliable, and maybe it's not your fault, but like you'll hop in the car and it'll say, what, an hour on MapQuest, and then it ends up being an hour and a half, right? That happens quite frequently.
Yeah. And I've been doing a lot of reading, and everything's about this latest book. It's funny that it makes sense as why I'm reading it right now in this moment, and then this just happened to me. Had I read that book, you know, like a couple weeks before, and read that passage I just read today, you know, maybe I would have been in a different
Everything
mindset.
happens for you.
No. It's just about controlling your emotions and pushing through and, you know, being a cleaner and being there and being, you know, being in the zone when you're meant to be in the zone.
But that's got to be pretty exhilarating, if that's even a word, dude. Just because you never fully know if you're going to be exactly on time. Especially like when you have spots all over the place like you do. You just leave super early and make sure you're there early.
Yeah.
So when are you going to be making the move? I know we were talking about it briefly.
Were we? Oh,
Previously.
like personally? Or
I believe personally.
Yeah, I'm working on it. That's you know, that's actually something, you know, it's interesting. You said it's interesting that I didn't bring it up when you asked me what am I looking forward to, and I actually don't like that I didn't bring it up because that is something I am looking forward to.
Please bring it up.
Maybe we were talking about in terms of comedy.
No. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
But that no. I'm saying like when you asked me what do I have going on, I didn't mention that. Like for the future, that is something I'm looking forward to. I'm looking to come into fruition for June. July.
That's pretty close.
And I think, yeah, I've been, the more I put it out into the world, the more somebody will reach out and be like, oh, I'm looking to move out too. And I think the more I talk about it, the more the earth, the universe will answer me.
So, I don't know if you saw this vlog I put up yesterday. You were briefly on it. Like, Pat was sitting at the table with us. I think it was during Mom's Boy last week or 2 weeks ago. Pat was like vlogging us, and he was like, Vlog Squad, and he was like, we should start a hype house. And I was like, where would we have the hype house? He was like, I don't know, maybe Jared's basement or something like that. And I was thinking, I don't know, that could be good. Obviously not in Jared's basement, but group of people getting together trying to make a content house, something like that. That's something you'd be interested in? Yeah.
That's something it sounds like I auditioned for.
Yeah. That would be fun, man. Like you and Pat living together, I'd stop by all the time. Have a couple vegan donuts, if they have vegan donuts these days.
Thing is, dude, I don't have plans to leave the city. I think me and my buddy joke around like the city needs me. You know what I mean?
They do. The city does need you, bro. Especially May 28th, 9 p.m. Saturday, the Pit NYC. That should be
I haven't built up a resume yet in New York.
We talked about you having a talking head segment briefly.
A talking head segment? What?
Go
on here?
Yeah. No, I mean talking head segment, just you in the camera talking about whatever.
Oh, like on like Instagram?
Yeah.
I've literally written an idea on my I've written it down multiple times on the same idea, and I just like haven't pushed and like put myself out there to do it.
Well, dude, if we're talking so much about the universe, you know, if you keep getting that same thing in your head,
Yeah.
it's the universe being like, all right, Jared, let's do it. Because, dude, that sketch you made the other week was just you, the sketch about nothing. That was funny.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Funny,
I got another one. I got another one on the table coming out, and like I'll probably put out this week.
Another just you sketch?
Yeah, just me. This one, it's like a storyline that I'm putting together where it's like this one's about me moving out, telling myself like, hey buddy, you gotta move out, and I'm like, why do we move out? We're chilling. I'm like, what are we doing here?
But dude, June or July, you know, talking about moving out, that's pretty soon.
Now's the time to look.
For sure. Do you have prospects of people that you'd want to live with?
Yeah, I have a couple. Pat would be one, but then he just said he wants to like maybe live by himself. I don't know, maybe even just like put myself in an uncomfortable situation, getting a random roommate. But it's just like I don't want to do that. It's like it's just not something I want to do.
You want to be in Brooklyn? You'd want to be in Brooklyn? Maybe Lower East Side?
I want to be in Lower East Side for sure. That's the main area I would want to be. I don't think I'd mind Williamsburg. Like that's about it.
Yeah, it's like close enough to the Lower East Side also.
Yeah, but I need.
It's like a very central location. I feel like being over here, I'm not in the most central location, but I can, for the most part, walk to a lot of places. And walking to the stand, there's no real other way for me to get to the stand besides walk. It's like 25 minutes. I mean, if I went to, you know, a crosstown bus, something like that, there's no real like subway.
Oh wow,
that way. Yeah, but this part of town, and I also don't mind walking. But do you do a lot of walking in Staten Island, or is it a lot of driving?
Not at all.
So it's like driving to the date spot and then driving home. And the only walking you're really doing is subways in New York and walking around Manhattan.
Yeah, and I barely do that because I drive out here.
So when do you get your steps in, bro?
At work, but I barely do that because I sit.
Maybe during recess.
A little bit, not really. I usually stand still.
During kickball?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm really just a standstill guy who. I don't know. I was gonna say
stand up.
Yeah. No, man. I don't walk much at all. I can walk to my mall. That was about it. Like a few weeks back, I got sick, and then like I was recovering.
Oh yeah, talk about that. You were calling for your mom, bro. When I get sick, I do that too.
What? What do you mean?
I heard you on the podcast. You were like, "Oh, mom, I need you. I'm sick." You were just like this, dude.
I was calling for my mom. I was deathly ill, and she brought me like a rag.
You didn't. Typical mom moving crackers. Did you not have COVID?
No, I didn't. I ended up testing positive for the flu. Yeah, I did test for it.
They have tests for the flu?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, dude.
I didn't even know, dude. I didn't think they have flu tests.
But like, that was the most walking I ever did. Like on Wednesday, like I was like, I need to get out of. On Friday, I got sick Wednesday. Thursday, I stayed in the house all day, and then Friday, I was gonna go do the podcast, and I stayed home again. And I woke up a little bit early. I felt good. I was like, I have to get out of the house. So I walked over to the doctor's, which is, I live right next to the mall, so it's like a 10-minute walk. And then the bookstore's right next to it, so I went to the bookstore, found a few more books.
That's a peaceful day. Do you have sidewalks in Staten Island?
Yeah.
Like that's how you
get
to the mall?
We have sidewalks. But like, I'll have a car. What?
You weren't walking in the middle of the street.
What?
You weren't walking in the middle of the street.
No. We have sidewalks. No, we have a lot of grass. Maybe that's why mom's so sick then. And that's why I have to move out here, because there's no grass out here.
Yeah, dude. Well, there's a lot of dust, though.
There's a lot of dust.
Count your dustlings
on that one. I would make sure to dust off.
Why do you have a highlighter in your pocket? Random.
I've been reading a lot.
Reading and highlighting?
Reading and highlighting. The latest book I'm reading. You got a few books. Right?
Yeah, I know. I was actually going to say,
where...
bro, if you like any of those books, you take one.
Is that right?
Yeah, bro.
To keep?
I'm a huge. I mean, you can read it. I'm a huge Tony Robbins guy.
I'm a keeper guy. Anthony Robbins.
Tony Robbins.
Oh, you got Anthony.
That was before. Yeah, that was before I think he started going by Tony. Like it was Anthony.
Really?
Yeah, it was Anthony Robbins.
Oh, Anthony and Tony's the same
guy.
Oh,
Yeah. No.
But
it was Anthony Robbins. I think until probably like early 2000s. Then he switched to Tony, and then he blew up.
It seems like those are like self-help type of books.
They really are, dude. And he seems that he writes at least one every 2 years. And they just keep getting better. It's just about positivity and goal-oriented stuff. That's like really his main.
That's what I've been reading a lot about.
I went to one of his conferences in Palm Palm Beach,
Mhm.
West Palm Beach, and it was life-changing in a sense. Just in terms of how to view everything. And that's what I was saying earlier. Life happens for you, not to you. So if something bad happens to you, it's happening for you, not to you. You don't, you bomb at a comedy show, it's happening for you. You're broken up with someone, it happens for you. Something bad happens, it's all for you. Good, it's for you. So just seeing the outer world as, oh, this is positive for me. My flight get canceled, this is happening for me. You know, maybe I would have landed, then the rental car service company would have not had my car, again, the car crash, something like that, because you can't always see the future.
Isn't it interesting when you read a lot of these books and you realize that you've been living with that philosophy already? Has that happened with you? Reading like a type of book, like a self-help type of book?
I think
like
that the self-help books, and when I first watched The Secret, the movie The Secret, I don't know if you've ever heard of that. It's like it's about the law of attraction, and like sophomore year in high school was the first time I saw that movie, The Secret. If you guys have never seen it, just how everything in the universe is attracted towards thoughts and towards positive emotions and negative emotions. So we are like a creature of energy, and any energy that we put out into the universe attracts back to us like a magnet. So the law of attraction is like, all right, I'm going to have a great set. I'm going to have a great set. I'm going to have a great set. You have a great set. I'm going to do shit. What if I do bad? What if the worst thing that happens? So ever since I saw that, I think like I've always tried to think positively. When I went to college and played tennis in college, that was really difficult for me because I got so mad on the tennis court anytime I missed a shot. So that was really the time when I saw myself melt down and just be a mess of negative emotions. But throughout life, I think I've done a better job, and not on the tennis court, but in other aspects, just trying to see the positive in things and moving forward in a positive energy manner. So I guess, yeah, it's helped, but I would like to say that I'm trying to, focus on doing good for myself and others.
You seem to be doing great.
Yeah, man.
From what I've noticed.
I appreciate it.
Producing great shows.
Thank you.
Producing a podcast. Getting out there every
the
day.
Vlog, yeah, man, every day, bro. So that's the direction. Get this podcast to a high level, the vlog, and then the comedy shows as well. But I do respect and appreciate what you're doing. Slightly taking a step back. I mean, not really though, because like you're still producing every single week, but taking a step back from hosting and just focusing so much on this is your show. The show needs to be great, and you're focusing on what you need to do in terms of improving yourself as a comic.
And it's funny you say that because I've been taking a step back in myself in comedy as a whole and just focusing on myself. I think the more I do that, the better things get for me in comedy. Like I already have the habits of like going to shows, going to mics, so like those come unconsciously now. You know what I mean?
And that's such a huge part, man. Like you always say when you come on stage, I mean, we can edit this part if you don't want me to give away your first joke. You're like, who wants to chill? You're like, y'all want to chill?
Yeah, I'll try and chill.
Something like that. So which you're a very good chiller, so you have that aspect down. Because, dude, a lot of freaking people won't do that. Or a lot of people even say to me, Ted, why are you going to the stand? Or why are you going to this particular comedy club and you didn't even have a show that night? You're just hanging out there. It's just to chill, rub elbows with people. And I do like a lot of people in comedy. I think that there are a lot of comedians that are cool people that I don't mind, being around with in general. There are also comedians that, you probably don't like, I don't like, but I do enjoy the hang. I think the hang is super important because that's how you get booked a lot.
That's how you get booked. That's also how you learn a lot more.
Like, remember the first show? It was almost about a year now, maybe 11 months ago that I met you. Jared came to Asylum NYC with Karen. Karen was booked on our show. There's probably 60 to 70 people on that first night. Yeah. Jared showed up, met him for the first time, and a comic didn't end up coming, so Jared took his spot and did some time on the show.
It was great.
And this was a time where, were you doing Mama's Boy at the stand at this particular time, or were you just starting it?
I might have. I was definitely doing Mama's Boy, I can tell you that.
Just maybe not at the stand.
Yeah.
Because you've been doing Mama's Boy. You did it at your parents' house.
Oh, that was Jared and Friends. Mama's Boy Comedy presents Jared and Friends.
Are you gonna do another one of those?
I probably will do one this summer. I will be doing another one. That's an annual thing. I'm very excited. I'll be looking forward to that.
That's
one.
dope, dude.
I haven't like discussed it or anything, but I think this one will be bigger than ever. I'll do it like on like a weekday where like not everybody's like away or something like it. I think I'm gonna find the right day for that one. But no, I've actually been doing Mama's Boy. Technically, I started the first ever show June 2019. It'll be 3 years.
Yeah, that was like a Ted Jones comedy show. I did a one-off at an art gallery, probably like 3.5, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But then that was while I was still working at my dad's company, so I wasn't taking it too seriously. But I just enjoyed the concept of putting on a show and people having fun, because it's fun to see other people have fun.
Oh,
you know, that's also a great part about
the reason why I do it. That's one of the reasons why like it almost upsets me when like other people get upset. And that's the thing I'm learning too, to not be upset over let myself get upset because it's more on them. Where like I can't control other people. You know what I mean? So like when I'm like, oh, like how can I help you? Like how can I help you? Like how can I make you happy? Like no, it's just like if they don't want to be happy, that's on them. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not taking anything personally. It's just, hey, that's how you want to live your life. That's how you want to live your life. I'm really focused on, like, one of the biggest things I'm focused on right now is removing myself from situations and energy that I don't want to be a part of, because I can control where I put my energy, which is what happened on the podcast last week. You know, everybody can always get better with communication. I'm working on it every single day, bro. I'm reading, understanding, talking to people, learning from people, studying people. That's the best part about it. Like being able to see people every single day, see thousands of people every single day. It's amazing. I love it. And
then also part of your day job, what you're doing right now, is connecting with people who may not be
children
as good of connectors as other people in the world.
Special needs children. You know what I mean? Who have probably the biggest trouble when it comes to connecting with other people and like focusing on their work and like understanding what they're doing and like having to like find different ways to maneuver with them and like finding different tactics to be able to get them to do their work. Like, yeah, it's teaching me a lot. I always look for the positives in situations. Like, I think the biggest positive, you know, one of the biggest positives that this job is teaching me is patience and understanding of other human beings. It's amazing. A lot of real funny.
What are you doing for Passover? L'chaim!
Chuck Sameach.
We're releasing this as Passover is tomorrow. I'll be in Florida. Well, as we're releasing it, it will be tomorrow.
You going to Florida?
I'm going to Florida, and I'm going to coincidentally be there at the same time as Hannah's bachelorette party. So I'm gonna,
are you crashing it?
I'm gonna crash a little bit. A few activities.
Does she know?
I'm gonna crash. She knows, yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't know.
No,
I'll be down there, and it should be fun, man. So I'll be there for the long weekend, and then I'm going to LA beginning of May. But have a few things lined up the next 3 or 4 weeks, so it should be fun, man.
Great. I'm just having dinner with the fam on Saturday, taking the night off. I think it's gonna be a good night.
You're not doing Friday night?
No, we're doing Saturday night. I got a gig on Friday. I built a stage for my boy.
Oh yeah, you're good at building stuff, right?
I'm a carpenter. Pat taught me a lot.
Pat's was a superintendent at WeWork, so I imagine he's good with his hands.
Oh, he's great. He's great. He helped me build the deck for my backyard, which is why.
Where did you?
Jared.
Where did you build this stage?
Technically, I built this stage in the fucking Lowe's parking lot, but we had to get everything cut at Lowe's, and they weren't precise, and I couldn't bring my hand circle saw. So
you have a circle saw, dude?
All you need is a circle saw and a drill, bro, and you can do anything. Anything.
That's crazy. Circle saw. It's just intimidating ass stuff. You see, I have a. Oh, I don't have my DeWalt. I want to show you actually my DeWalt.
What do you got?
My case of tools. Fuck, you'll find it. Whatever. You can imagine what it looks like.
Was I supposed to keep the show going?
Yeah, you were supposed to keep it going, dude.
You must not watch my podcast.
Never mind. I couldn't find it. I had a toolbox bag.
I believe you, bro.
Tools in it, whatever.
I believe you. Grateful for Karen giving me the opportunity. Grateful for you bringing me on here today.
Of course, dude.
Grateful for the animator I work with. Grateful for anyone who's ever done Mama's Boy comedy. Grateful for Joey Bass housing us. Grateful for the stand. I'm very grateful, man. And people who say otherwise can come and talk to me, and
You gotta
let's get to
clip
know
this,
one
dude.
another. You know, because some people like to say otherwise, and dude, I've been working on this. I think that it's funny when you say, like you ask someone like, oh, how'd you find out about, or like, how do you know that? And like, that could come off like condescending, or like in a negative tone.
Talking about what though? Specifically?
Like when I ask people like, how do they know the job that I have? Like, how do you know what a paraprofessional? Like one time this lady like bugged out, she's like, what do you mean? How do I know? Why don't you ask the other people? I'm like, it's like I genuinely want to know how you know, or like how'd you find? Or like here's another example that's totally off from that, where like this person called me J-Cat, and I was like, why'd you call me J-Cat? And I'm just like, and I mean it genuine. I'm like, why are you calling me? I'm just like, where'd that stem from? Like, what's the story behind J-Cat? And if they don't have a story, they don't have a story. But if they do, like, it'd be cool to hear.
What did that person say when they called you J-Cat and you asked them, why did you just call me J-Cat?
They hung up the phone.
What's up, J-Cat? Why are you calling me J-Cat? Beep.
Oh, wrong number.
Combo. Yeah, literally. That sounds like something like that would happen.
I was gonna ask you if you got any nickname, Ted, but your name
T-Money, Ted Jones.
You got called T-Money? I get called J-Money.
Yeah, T-Money. The T-Money's an old one. I mean, Ted Jones has been, since beginning days of college.
TJ? Or not?
TJ, yeah.
You get TJ?
TJ. I get a lot of just full name, though. Like Ted Jones. You call me Ted Jones.
I do call you Ted
I'm
Jones.
just calling you
I think a lot of people call you also wear a lot of Ted Jones.
A lot is an understatement, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people call me Jared Schwartz, I feel like. I get called full name a lot.
By the way, you guys definitely didn't hear that on the camera pod. Upstairs, they were making some noise. It's creaky floors. If you just put on the AC or the fan in your bedroom, you'll never hear that. You'll be good. But they also probably won't be able to hear the moaning from below.
I'll make sure they fucking hear it, dude. I'll put a speaker on their wall.
So we're looking for a block party at Jared's house on the Lower East Side, June or July. Ideally.
Yeah, dude. I will be out here. I will be out here. 100%.
Great to hear, bro.
I will be out here.
The return of Jared Schwartz.
Thank you for
Jared, this has really been fun, man.
It's been great.
Are we gonna hang out tonight?
Yeah, come by.
Alright, cool.
Where are we going?
I don't know, bro. You tell me.
Oh.
Jared Schwartz, thank you so much, sir! And guys, we'll see you next time. Peace.